Today we're diving into newly released details surrounding Liam Payne's tragic passing, a situation that only seems to grow more complex as the investigation unfolds. Liam Payne, former One Direction star, was found on October 16th in Buenos Aires, having fallen from a third-story hotel room. The initial shock was immense, but the questions it left behind were even greater. What really happened in the hours leading up to his fall? And could there be more to the story than just an unfortunate accident? So let's rewind and start with some of the most critical pieces of this investigation: the CCTV footage and multiple sources with insight into the events of that night. So newly released details from ABC say that sources say footage shows a series of exchanges between a hotel employee and a known rug dealer. The nature of these interactions raised concerns for investigators, prompting them to question whether this hotel staff member may have had a deeper involvement in Payne's final hours. Could Payne have received substances from this source? The footage also shows Payne at two separate points during the evening, asleep in the hotel lobby with a bottle of whiskey in hand. So this is one of the final photographs of Liam ever. He looks vulnerable, alone, and seemingly intoxicated. Payne appears to have been in a state that might have left him particularly susceptible to any influences around him that night. This user on Twitter writes, "Guys, this person is suggesting Liam might already be unconscious / unalive here, since his eyes are closed and left arm nowhere to be seen. Also has some scratches and bruises on his right hand." So this footage in the hotel lobby where Liam is apparently doing a rug deal is just the tip of the iceberg. The autopsy report released by Argentinian authorities revealed Payne suffered from what's described as, quote, multiple traumas with internal and external bleeding, end quote, following his fall. His body showed signs of around 25 different injuries with significant head injuries, which investigators say was enough to have caused his passing. The autopsy was consistent with the severity of a third-story fall, but still, some critical questions linger. So these photos of Liam's body on the deck below his balcony have been highly edited to respect the family, but you can see here that there appears to be a wicker chair on his body. And just looking at the hotel where he apparently fell from, there are no wicker chairs on the deck. And I can't take credit for this. This is from Aldrin on Twitter. White circle is where Liam landed, underneath metal table and chairs, but he had a wicker chair on top of him. How did a wicker chair land on top of his leg? He's also about 4 feet away from where he should have landed. Yeah, and again, I can see in the photos from TMZ that he is wearing a backpack and he is also wearing his hat, almost like he was dressed to leave the hotel room. Could this chair have played a role in his fall? I mean, did they put him on a chair to sort of launch him over the balcony? Even more intriguingly, sources close to the investigation have shared that police do not believe that Payne's fall was intentional. They're examining whether he might have been in an altered state due to multiple substances, or maybe someone did this to him. A partial autopsy showed several substances in his system, including pink coke, often a blend of multiple recreational substances. Payne's room was said to have contained an improvised aluminum pipe, an item that aligns with reports of recreational use. While authorities are analyzing how this may have contributed to his altered state, they're also questioning the events and interactions Payne had throughout that day. Among the unsettling details, sources have pointed to 2 ex-workers being present at the hotel within hours of Payne's passing. So according to sources, Payne offered around $5,000 USD, which is a lot of money, to 2 individuals through a mobile app. So one has to wonder if these ex-workers were actually bringing these substances with him, because that is a lot of cash. However, it's been reported that no payment was made. So did he somehow refuse to pay him and it led into an altercation? Because it gets even weirder. One of the most striking details that has surfaced involves a missing Rolex watch, a personal item Liam was known to value. The absence of such a prized possession has led investigators to wonder if theft was involved, or even if there might have been a robbery-related motive. The circumstances have made fans and friends question if Liam may have been surrounded by people who didn't have his best interests at heart, especially in his vulnerable state. On October 23rd, local officials raided the hotel as part of this ongoing inquiry. Authorities reportedly collected additional evidence as they worked to understand the sequence of events that night. Liam's family, particularly his father Jeff, who arrived in Buenos Aires soon after the tragedy, is understandably eager to bring him home for a proper burial. However, the family's wait has been prolonged as the court carefully reviews the case. To add more context, Liam's manager, who has made headlines for questionable choices and financial dealings, has come under scrutiny. While there's no direct link between him and these events yet, the manager's history of troubling associations and management choices is raising eyebrows. I mean, could Liam's relationship with those around him have placed him at risk in his final days? Finally, one central point remains undeniable. Unconscious individuals do not typically fall up and over balcony railings. Yeah. So let's just use our common sense here. If he was unconscious when he fell over or semi-conscious, how did he get over that balcony railing? Unless he had some sort of help, combined with the stolen watch and his refusal to pay these ex-workers. I think this seriously needs to be investigated as not an accident, and I think the police are. As police investigate further, fans are left with lingering doubts and unanswered questions. Was Payne pushed, or could he have somehow stumbled in a way that led to his tragic outcome? There's CCTV of him apparently just falling over the balcony. But a lot of people are refusing to believe that he was just high and fell over because the circumstances suggest it's more than a simple accident. As Liam's family waits for answers and prepares to bring him back to England, this case is quickly turning into something more complicated than anybody expected. With so many unknowns surrounding his last moments, the questions will likely continue after the investigations conclude. For now, we're left with a tangled web of evidence, from missing valuables to suspicious substances and mysterious interactions with hotel employees. One thing is certain: Liam Payne's story is far from over, and his passing has left a void that's left his fans, friends, and family searching for closure. If you found this video insightful, please give it a thumbs up, share your thoughts below, and subscribe for more updates as we continue following this story.